The UK Government Minister for Europe, Leo Doherty, officially launched Remembering Srebrenica UK's 2023 theme, Together We Are One, in the Houses of Parliament to commemorate the 28th anniversary of the Bosnian genocide, the worst atrocity on European soil since the Second World War. As a result of the work undertaken by Remembering Srebrenica, the UK is the only country outside Bosnia and Herzegovina that commemorates the Bosnian genocide at a national level. The charity, which has received cross-party support, as well as support from His Majesty King Charles III, is responsible for organising the largest number of commemoration activities in the world through its 8 English regional boards and 3 country boards in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, and 1,500 community champions to honour the victims and survivors of the genocide and teach people about the dangers of hatred and the importance of building more cohesive communities for all. Each year, Remembering Srebrenica selects a theme that both reflects an aspect of the genocide that must be commemorated, but also speaks to the communities here in the UK. The theme will see hundreds of acts of commemorations taking place across the country in local communities, schools and town halls during UK Srebrenica Memorial Week, which this year will run from Tuesday 4th July to Tuesday 11th July. Other speakers at the parliamentary reception to launch the theme included Azra Omerbegovic, Bosnian genocide and ethnic cleansing survivor, Lord Bourne of Aberystwyth, President of Remembering Srebrenica, Alicia Kearns, MP, Chair of the All-Party Parliamentary Group on Bosnia and Herzegovina and Chair of the Foreign Affairs Select Committee, Yasmin Qureshi, MP, Shadow Minister, Equalities Office and Chair of the All-Party Parliamentary Group on Srebrenica, Dr. Vakar Azmi, OBE, Chair of Remembering Srebrenica UK, the Right Honourable Colonel Bob Stewart, MP, former British Commander of United Nations Forces in Bosnia and Herzegovina, the Right Honourable Ian Blackford, former leader of the Scottish National Party Westminster Group, and His Excellency Vanja Filipovic, Ambassador of Bosnia and Herzegovina to London. SM Irfan Tahir, World News, London.
Lord Bourne of Aberystwyth, President of Remembering Srebrenica. It has been a fantastic evening launching the theme for this year, Together We Are One. Very important that people come together across party, and we've had fantastic support from all the political parties at Westminster, as well as lots of volunteers and the professional arm of the party, so brilliantly led by Vakar Azmi. It's been lots of people here, and it's very auspicious. Of course, it's been quieter during the pandemic. We're now through that, and it's great that we're back in full strength, launching the theme for this year.
My name is Vanja Filipovic. I am the Ambassador of Bosnia and Herzegovina to the United Kingdom. This evening in the House of the Parliament, British Parliament, we launched the theme for this year's commemoration of the Srebrenica genocide. The theme is called Together We Are One. The event was organized by the Remembering Srebrenica charity, which does amazing work over the past 10-12 years on educating about Srebrenica genocide, about the war in Bosnia, but also teaching new generations on the perils of hatred and discrimination and identity-based violence. Tonight's event, we had a number of MPs, Minister for Europe speaking, showing huge support for Bosnia and Herzegovina from the UK side, from the Parliament and the executive government. And it is something that we are immensely grateful for in Bosnia and Herzegovina, from the families and survivors of Srebrenica to all other citizens whose lives have been completely changed by the events in 1990s. We're very grateful to have the opportunity to do the launch in the Parliament, and we'll be working very hard to prepare everything for July commemoration week when we'll have a large number of events throughout the kingdom.
Hello, my name is Colonel Bob Stewart. I'm a Member of Parliament. I used to be the British United Nations Commander in Bosnia. I'm here at the Remembering Srebrenica event to commemorate the fact that at Srebrenica, well, in 1995, in July, over 8,000 boys and men were massacred, and they were massacred by the Bosnian Serb army. It was a disgrace, and the world should have acted and stopped it and didn't. And all of us that did nothing, and that includes me, are shameful and guilty that we didn't do more. And we've got to make sure that the lesson is it never happens again.
My name is Wakarazmi. I'm the chair of Remembering Srebrenica UK. Today in the House of Lords, we've launched the theme for UK Srebrenica Memorial Week, which this year will take place from 4th of July to 11th of July. The theme for this year is Together We Are One. The theme will encourage schools, will encourage local authorities, as well as communities to come together in thousands of events to commemorate Srebrenica Memorial Day, but with the message that we are one as human beings, that we must reject hatred, we must reject anti-Muslim hatred. Simply because of the anti-Muslim hatred, we had thousands of people murdered. So therefore, we need to collectively come together as one against those people who are dividing communities, against those people who are damaging society.
I'm Qurban Hussain, member of British House of Lords. Remembering Srebrenica is remembering a tragedy that took place in 1990s. Massacre of Bosnian Muslims, genocide of Bosnian Muslims that took place in 1990s. It didn't happen all in one day. It took years of planning by the Serbs to eliminate Muslims from Bosnia. And what we know, in July 1995, a huge genocide took place in Srebrenica. And every year this has been commemorated around the world. And the world condemns that. There were some culprits who were being caught, Milosevic and Karadzic, who were both taken to the International Court of Justice and given long sentences. But they were responsible for killing tens of thousands of Muslims in Bosnia. And what we need to do, learn lessons from what happened in Bosnia at the time. And we must take early warning signs of genocide elsewhere in the world as well. And what we do know now, that there are early warning signs from genocide organizations called Genocide Watch, that there is genocide in making in many countries, in many places, including Kashmir and Assam in India. And the world must pay attention to that before it happens, before it's too late, before it becomes another Bosnia, before it becomes another Burma. The world must pay attention to these early warning signs of genocide in places like Kashmir and Assam.
Yasmin Qureshi, Member of Parliament for Bolton South East, Shadow Minister for Women's and Equalities, and the Chair of the All Parties Parliamentary Group on the Srebrenica genocide. Today, we're having a meeting in the House of Lords to commence the theme for this year. And the theme is We're All One Together. And that is very powerful, because what it means is that every human being is actually the same. And our rights and our needs are the same. And when one is killed, we should be all sad and ensure that no one is unlawfully persecuted, murdered, or any communities have genocide committed against them.
I'm Afzal Khan, Member of Parliament for Manchester Gorton and Shadow Justice Minister. We are here in House of Lords. Remembering Srebrenica is so important that actually we never forget this. Tragedy of humanity is that we keep forgetting it, and it happens again and again. Now, what happened there was absolutely appalling, and the risk is it's happening again and again in other places. So holding an event like this actually is bringing about more awareness, because the battle ultimately starts with being aware, and then to stop it as soon as you see this trajectory developing. So I want to thank the Srebrenica Committee, who do an amazing work throughout this country, and of course in Europe as well, and taking up groups there as well to see for themselves what happened there, the tragedy.
I'm Anes Ceric, manager of Bosnia UK Network, umbrella organizations in the UK based in Birmingham. It's really important today's event to launch a theme for Remembering Srebrenica Memorial Week that will be first week in July. Every year, organization called Remembering Srebrenica do that. This year is called We Are One, as community that we should be coming united against hatred. As Bosnian British, I'm grateful to Remembering Srebrenica, to Lord Bourne, President of Remembering Srebrenica, Vaka Razmi, Chairman of Remembering Srebrenica, their patrons, their community champions, for organizing thousands of events every year to mark what happened in Bosnia. In Bosnia happened genocide in 1995 when over 8,000 people were killed just in few days, and just because of their religion, because they are Muslim.